This afternoon, we're going to begin the public hearing section of our meeting tonight. But I want to do things a little different. I'm going to ask, we're going to go ahead and do the invocation prior to the public hearing, if that's okay. And I want to ask our vice chairman, Councilman Floyd, if he would please lead us with the invocation this evening. Councilman Floyd.
Let us pray. Most kind and gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, we bow before you this afternoon as your humble servant, thanking you for all things good because we know they come from above, Lord. We ask now that you give us your guidance, your wisdom, and that the decisions we make in this meeting be in the best interest of the citizens of Williamsburg County, be pleasing in your sight. We ask all these blessings in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Thank you so much, Mr. Vice Chair. All right, the public hearing. Our public hearing this evening is for ordinance number 2025-007 to impose, subject to referendum approval and pursuant to the Capital Project Sales Tax Act, a 1% sales and use tax, the tax, within Williamsburg County for not more than 8 years to order a countywide referendum on the question of imposing the tax and authorizing the issuance of general obligation bonds, the bonds, to prescribe the contents of the ballot question, to specify the purposes for which the proceeds from the tax are to be used, the maximum time for the imposition of the tax, and certain provisions relating to the issuance of the bonds, if approved by referendum, by subsequent action of County Council, and to provide for other matters relating thereto. And we have some guidelines that I would like for you all to listen to before we get started. The purpose of the public hearing is to obtain comments from the public regarding specific subject matter which is listed on the agenda. Citizens who plan to speak are requested to sign in as they arrive prior to the public hearing. The floor will be opened by the chairman, who will ask each speaker to provide his or her name and a mailing address and the community that they live in. Each speaker is limited to 3 minutes, unless additional time is granted by the chairman. Those in attendance are asked to refrain from disrupting the meeting, making any noise of any kind, such as clapping. Anyone who disrupts the public hearing could be asked to leave. County Council is interested in gathering the facts on this particular subject matter. Everyone is asked to abide by these guidelines so that the public hearing process can proceed smoothly and all who wish to speak have the opportunity to do so. All right, at this time, are there any? Okay, got one other person to sign. Okay, Mr. Hilton. Mr. Hilton, you can come on up. As he's coming up, I would like to share with you all that although the public hearing starts at 5:45 and the meetings begins at 6, we will not begin the meeting until after the public hearing comments. Yes, sir, Mr. Hilton. Yes, sir.
That these, the increase in the tax, sales tax.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Supervisor,
Yes, sir.
just quickly, I spoke to Mr. Hilton, we were walking in and kind of told him what we were doing, but the thing that's in our package about what the buildings that are going to be improved, is that going to be put on the website at some point in time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because I've had a couple people call asking, you know what I'm saying, like what specific projects it was going towards. So you said that will be posted in.
I'll have it posted in the morning after tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor.
Yes, sir. Mr. Louis Drucker. Yes. Yes, sir.
I'm at 105 know that many other counties in South Carolina already have them on their ballots for this year. It would be a shame for Williamsburg County to be left out of such a vital movement across the state. There's many other counties that already realize the importance of this need. I'm hoping that you will follow their guideline as well and take interest in the fact that we don't want to be falling behind in Williamsburg County. We want to make sure we at least maintain the status quo and exceed it in many ways. These general obligation bonds that you're talking about, it's my understanding that they can be possibly used in many ways, whether it's government buildings, whether it's water or sewer projects, whether it's recreational facilities, whether it's even flood control. It's my understanding they can't possibly be used in many ways. I hope that you will consider that and make the right decision. Also, it's good that I see on the ballot, the potential ballot, that you're talking about a term limit, an 8-year term limit on this, not something for perpetuity. So I applaud you in recognizing the need for this, and I encourage you to go forward with this and put it on the ballot this year. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir, I don't. Anyone, any questions?
Supervisor, I just want to ask, these, we have to stick to the 16 projects that are given, right?
Yes, sir. The 16 projects, the way the statute is written, the statute is, orders us to create a commission. And the commission takes a look at the projects, and the commission prioritizes the projects. Now, this commission is an independent commission. And the commission met, they looked at all of the projects that were submitted to them, and they came back with 16 projects. Each one of these projects were placed in a tier, and there were 4 tiers. Tier 1 being the tier that the commission felt was the most needed and needed to be done, then Tier 2, then Tier 3, and Tier 4. So, yes. Those 16 projects were listed, and again, the commission looked at the projects, and the commission made the decision on the dollar amounts that would be assessed to each one of those projects. Yes, sir.
I have just another comment. I like, even though this is a 1% sales tax, I like to think of it as a penny tax, is how I like to address it. And when I start thinking about a penny tax, and I think about things in our daily lives of people in Williamsburg County, a lot of people smoke cigarettes. Well, that's a $5 something purchase for a pack of cigarettes. Well, that's 500 something pennies, or a Big Mac or something like that, where once again, we're talking about 500 times. If I put it in that perspective, it's a lot easier for me to say, I'm willing to pay a penny on my sales tax more to improve my county. Thank you.
Dr. Drucker, I just want to say thank you, and I agree with everything that you just said. And to reiterate and elaborate a little bit, to me, it's the fairest tax that the citizens can pay because everyone's taxed equally. I mean, it's across the board. And, you know, and secondly, it's the one time where we've got a list where you know where your tax dollars are going. You don't have to guess. It's already in writing. It can't go anywhere else. And so for that reason, I will certainly be supporting it and agree with what you said tonight.
Just for clarity, if the tax exceeds the $14.5 million, what's the process of the extra funds?
Madam County Attorney.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor and members of council. If the tax that we collect does exceed the amount that's listed and the amount that's been allocated, we will come back before council with a supplemental list of projects and how that money will be spent.
It's not projected to exceed it. I mean, I know the last time we did it, I don't know how many members were here, but it was more projects in a certain order than we anticipated collecting, and that's what happened, so.
I believe that the amount that was in the ordinance, in the referendum, is based upon what we actually collected over the course of the last penny sales tax or capital sales tax referendum. So that's what it's based upon. It may it may end up being more, it may end up being less, but I cannot imagine that it would be significantly different than what it was before.
All right. Ms. Veronica Cooper.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So, Mr. Supervisor.
Yes, ma'am.
Members of council. My name is Veronica Cooper. I live 307 Singleton Avenue, King Street, South Carolina. I appreciate being able to serve on the commission for the 1 cent penny sales tax. And I believe in the audience there are a couple of members of the commission, my good friend, Mr. Tim, and the Red that's act as our chairperson for this. I'd just like to reemphasize, and I'm not going to go through all 4 of the tiers, but for the council to consider when you're voting that this is something that every citizen in Williamsburg County is able to participate on 2 ends. The benefits of what a penny sales can do for us in our community, in our county. And secondly, each council person had the opportunity to submit some of their needs for their districts. So I just wanted to reiterate what this would mean if you all would go ahead and vote and allow us an opportunity to put it on the ballot for November the 4th, 2025. Do you have any questions for me?
No, ma'am. I do have a comment that I do want to make. I want to, on behalf of the members of Williamsburg County Council, I do want to thank you and the other members of the commission for the work that you all did. I know that these decisions that you all made were not easy decisions to make, but I thank you for your time. They did not get paid to do this. This was something that they volunteered to do. They were selected between our county council and the municipal councils that are here in Williamsburg County. And again, I want to thank the 6 members, the 2 of you that are here tonight, Ms. Cooper, Mr. Taft, and the others that are here. Thank you all so much. Tim, who works with us over at EMD, who helped with you all as far as organizing everything, did an outstanding job as well. And so again, I want to thank all of you all for the great work that you did putting this thing together. Thank you so much.
We appreciate the opportunity.
And I'd like to say thank you all in the commission for taking time out of your busy schedule to do so. And like you said, I think it's, like Sam said, it's a very fair tax that everyone do their part, which I must say, when it comes to my district, District 3, I feel some opportunities was missed, but altogether, I think it pushes Williamsburg County forward. So I'll be a team player and vote yes.
Thank you. We appreciate that. I'm assured that the majority or all of the citizens in the county will benefit in one way or the other, because we say districts, but it's really a benefit for our county. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Aaron Johnson.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Supervisor
Yes,
and the
sir.
council? I was at church the last time this penny tax came upon us. I took it on. I took it on myself to make an announcement to church one day, and I'm asking every citizen that's in Williamsburg County, if you get the chance to back up these people for this penny tax for the county and get this on the ballot for us to have a penny to help us grow. What happened with the last penny tax that we had, tons of things came out good of it. And I think this part of giving is what we need in Williamsburg County. I just one other person just wanted to stand up and say thank you, and please push it out and get this to the people. And I'm willing to do my part, and Cran T is a whole lot of them want to do their part because they want to see Williamsburg County go to the top. They want it to be better than yesterday. And my plans are to make sure I do my part to make it happen. That's all I have to say. Thank you guys for doing the job you're doing. Keep your heads up when somebody said your heads are down. Don't worry about that. Stay focused.
We thank you for your support.
Thank you so much, sir.
Another point of clarity. Now, this penny sales tax is not only going to be paid by the citizens of Williamsburg County. Anybody who spends money in Williamsburg County is going to go towards the taxes. So if you got people visiting in from New York, North Carolina, just passing through, getting gas, getting a soda, that's going to benefit the county itself. So it's not like we putting the burden and the Williamsburg County is going to be lifting this whole bill itself. It's just anybody who spends money in Williamsburg County, no matter what.
That's absolutely correct, Councilman McKnight. Thank you. Ms. Dolores Wilson.
Today is my first hearing this time about the penny tax, and I was questioning about it. I remember the last time a while back, it was going to be about helping clear the roads and, stuff like that. But I haven't seen the road being, on the side of the road clearing anything. Are we going to do anything about that lately? The grass cut or either cleaning the ditch with this penny?
No, ma'am, that is not listed as one of the priorities in any one of the 16 categories. It's not listed. The way that the state law is written as it relates to penny sales tax, there are only certain kinds of projects that the monies can be spent on. Now, you can use those funds to do road repairs, and that is certainly true. But Williamsburg County does not have the luxury that larger counties like Greenville and Horry County and Charleston counties have, where they generate millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars in some cases, through penny sales tax. And they're able to build new highways or build new roads because they have that much money. Unfortunately, we don't generate that kind of money with the penny sales tax here. And so we're not able to do roads the way that some of these other larger counties do. So we've opted to do much smaller projects, but projects that would be beneficial to the residents of the community. But unfortunately, we're not able to do those kinds of projects. I wish that we could, but we can't.
The only thing I'm saying about the spot in the country, like all those grass, and the ditch and the water coming and everything like that. And that's the only thing I'm concerned about.
Yes,
The more
ma'am.
thing is about the grass.
Yes, ma'am.
And the ditch.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That is my concern, and it was supposed to have been done a while back, and
Yes,
it
ma'am.
hasn't been done yet.
We'll certainly look into it.
Don't worry, I'll be back if you don't.
I know that you will. All right. I think that's it. Is there anyone else for the purposes of this? Yes, just come to the microphone, please. Yes, sir. Now, it is pertaining to the penny sales tax, right? Yes, sir, absolutely.
My name's John Tanner. I live in the Indiantown community of Williamsburg County. 529 Wild Turkey Road. Don't laugh about that. That's a different story. Hemingway. I just heard about this in the last 2 or 3 days, and my question is there any way that a list of the proposed projects could be acquired tonight before we leave here?
Yes, sir. I'll make sure that you get a copy before you leave.
That's all
In
I
fact, my plans, Mr. Tanner, is to go ahead and read them off
Excellent.
tonight.
Excellent.
So everyone can hear what this council will be voting on.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Latonya Bennett, 137 Broughton Avenue, Andrews, South Carolina. And I am curious about this list that's supposedly done by an independent commission. And if it's final at this point.
Yes, ma'am.
Because it's final.
Yes, ma'am.
And so it's been revealed to the community, and everybody, and the residents of the community are in agreement about what should be on this list.
Well, the way that the statute is written, as I stated earlier, is that there has to be a commission put together, and projects are submitted to the commission. The commission then creates the list, and they put the list in categories, tiers, tier 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's what's been done here. They keep the independence of the commission so that people can't change projects later in the process, and so that the public knows what they're voting for. Now, this is the third reading tonight. We've gone through 2 readings already. I think at the very first reading, I read out all of the information as it relates to the different projects, and I do plan to read them again tonight as well. But when we give these 3 readings, County Council does not have the authority or the ability to change what the commission has submitted, and that's by state statute. We have no way of changing that.
So this commission supersedes the will of the people? Is that what you're saying
No,
right now? Because
no.
that's what it sounds like. I mean, they have to have
The will of
final input from the communities, right?
the people will have an opportunity on November 5th when they vote to either say yes, they want it, or no, that they don't. That's the will of the people.
Right. But then their hands are being pushed because at that point there may be some things on there that are projects that they want done, and then there's some that do not impact certain communities at all. And so they don't have a fair opportunity to actually have input into what's on this list.
Well, every community, every municipality, and every member of county council was offered the opportunity to submit projects for those projects to be reviewed by the commission. Once the commission reviewed those projects, they made the decision on what they thought should be taken care of. Now, if something was not submitted to the commission, you can't expect the commission to come up with something for a particular project if that information was never given to them.
Who were they submitted to?
It
Who were
was-
they submitted to?
It was submitted to the commission.
By people in the community or by the council?
It was by the members of county council and by the municipalities. And those, they had the opportunity, people in the community had the opportunity to give that information to the members of council if they so desired. Same with the municipalities. If they didn't do that, then that's not on the commission. The commission can only deal with the information that was presented to them and given to them.
Right, so if there was potentially some, let's say error in those submissions, or they weren't informed well, the community wasn't informed, then what is this process? Because, like I said, if it's not been brought to the people
Then
before it was submitted to the independent commission, then how is that representing the people?
Well, the representatives have the responsibility of representing the people.
Yeah,
And,
they should be,
I'm
right?
not,
I would think so too.
I don't want to I certainly don't want to throw any of my colleagues under the bus or put anyone under a microscope, but they all had the opportunity. All of the municipalities had the opportunity. It was their responsibility to meet with the citizens of the areas that they represent and gather the information that was needed and then bring that information back. That's how this was.
So if it's flawed in that that was not done, then you're not representing the people, right? And so how do you expect to vote on something that's flawed in that way?
If I would not use the terminology, I wouldn't use the word flawed. I would say that people may have not gotten the opportunity because they didn't either pay attention to what was going on or did not have access or did not reach out to their particular council member or the person that represents their particular area. I don't think that's the responsibility of this council as a whole to do that.
It's not the responsibility of the council to represent the people in their district?
They are representing the people in their district. Yes, ma'am, we are.
Okay.
Each one of us is.
So my intention is not to throw anyone under the bus either, but
But neither is mine.
But I do want to question the fairness of this process.
Sure.
And I wanted to be on record
Sure.
that is definitely a concern.
All right, duly noted. Thank you so much. All right, anyone else? Anyone else? All right, this will conclude. Well, before we conclude, I want to list out the projects, and then I want to offer a few comments before we get into the meeting. All right, the projects. Tier 1, Emergency Management 911, to upgrade the radio communication infrastructure, upgrading obsolete radios for Williamsburg County Fire, EMS, and the Sheriff's Office. $3 million. J.J. Mitchum Community Center, Hemingway, renovation of building, new air units, fixed roof, ceiling repairs, renovate restrooms, upgrade electrical, $800,000. Clemson Extension Building, renovation of building, replace gas heaters and air conditioner units, level building, paint and renovate restrooms, $600,000. Alex Chapman Building, renovate building, replace air conditioner units, repair windows, replace carpet, stage, and curtains, $950,000. That's Tier 1. Tier 2, Williamsburg County Parks, community parks and centers improvements, $1 million. Town of Kingstree, renovate town hall, demolish old police department, $2.5 million. Town of Hemingway, Hemingway Recreation Park upgrades, $2 million. Town of Greeleyville, renovation and addition to Kennedy Center, $800,000. Tier 3, County Recreation, replace air conditioner units, renovate concession stand, tennis courts, pickleball courts, $250,000. Williamsburg Regional Airport, renovate and revitalize the airport, $1 million. Town of Lane, community center renovations, $250,000. Town of Stuckey, acquire and construct a new town hall, $200,000. Tier 4, PSA building, security-related upgrades to treasurer and tax offices, $250,000. Coroner's office, equipping building with updated equipment and transport vehicles, morgue racks, and stretcher system, $300,000. Landfill management, replace recycling compactor / baler, $500,000. Mental health building, renovate the building, replace roof, and upgrade electrical, $100,000. Total cost of capital projects not to exceed $14,500,000. Those are the project listed in tiers by the names of the projects, what's going to be done within those particular projects, and the dollar amounts for those projects. Now, I have just 3 things that I want to also add to what I just read out. And I want it not only just for the public, but also for the benefit of my colleagues as well. There was one of you all who mentioned earlier and I think it may have been Dr. Drucker, about how to look at this as a penny. And he's absolutely right, a penny on every dollar. Now, there are a couple of different ways that we can look at this. And I hear people all the time talking about Williamsburg County and not progressing. Well, let's look at this as a penny for progress, because we have an opportunity to take this penny and make some progress in some areas that have needed progress for a long time. Then there are some folks who question sometimes the decisions that the elected officials make. Well, this can be called a cent that makes sense, because you know where your money is going to. It's been just spelled out. So we're looking at a penny for progress and a cent that just makes common sense. Now, here's what we're doing tonight as a council. We're not approving these things. The only thing that we're doing is we're going to hopefully approve to put it on a ballot in November. So you all, the citizens of Williamsburg County, can make the decision on whether or not you want this to happen for this community. It is all in your hands. It's in your hands. The only thing that we're doing tonight is just agreeing to put it on a ballot, hopefully, so that you all can make the decision as to what you want done in your county. At the end of the day, this is going to be your decision. These projects, they don't belong to any one of these members, any one of my colleagues, any of the mayors, or any of the town council members of any of the municipalities. All of these buildings, all of these projects that we're proposing, they are to benefit the residents and the citizens of Williamsburg County. That's what it's about. And so I plead with my colleagues tonight to please support, putting this on the ballot so you all, the citizens of Williamsburg County, can let folks know that you believe in this penny for progress and that you believe in this cent that makes sense. And with that being said, we've already done the invocation for this evening. The next order of business is the approval of minutes. We need to approve the minutes from the public hearing and regular county council meeting. Well, excuse me, before I go into that, let me officially end the public hearing section of this meeting. Let us officially end the public hearing section of this particular meeting. Now we can get into approval of minutes. Public hearing and regular county council meeting Monday, July 7th, 2025, and regular county council meeting Tuesday, July 15th, 2025. Is there a motion to approve the minutes for both of these meetings?
So moved.
All right,
Second.
so we have a motion to approve and we have a second. Are we ready for questions? All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, please let the record reflect that the motion has been carried to approve the minutes from the public hearing and regular county council meeting Monday, July 7th, 2025, and regular county council meeting Tuesday, July 15th, 2025. Thank you all so kindly. Ordinances, first reading. There are no ordinances for first reading tonight. There are no ordinances for first reading tonight. Second reading. There are no ordinances for second reading tonight. There are no ordinances for second reading tonight. Third reading and adoption of ordinance number 2025-007 to impose, subject to referendum, approval and pursuant to the capital property sales tax, a 1% sales and use tax, the tax, within Williamsburg County for not more than 8 years, to order a countywide referendum on the question of imposing the tax and authorizing the issuance of general obligation bonds, the bonds, to prescribe the contents of the ballot question, to specify the purposes for which the proceeds from the tax are to be used, the maximum time for the imposition of the tax, and certain provisions relating to the issuance of the bonds. if approved by referendum, by subsequent action of county council, and to provide for other matters relating thereto. Is there a motion to adopt and approve ordinance number 2025-07?
Motion to approve, third reading.
Second.
So we have a motion to approve, and it's been properly seconded. Are we ready for questions? All those in favor, please indicate by raising your right hand. All those in favor, please indicate by raising your right hand. Please let the record reflect that the motion has been carried unanimously. Unanimously. Committee reports. Committee reports. We met on July 25th, the Finance and Budget Committee meeting concerning Williamsburg County Fire Department, and there was action taken. And I will now yield to Vice Chair.
If you would just, I don't have it in front of me, Mr. Chairman, if you would just go over it.
I'm sorry.
I didn't realize that was on there. It was and Mr. Chairman, you correct me because I didn't look at this, not realizing it was on there. His appearance was with Mr. Randy Swinton. It appeared before the committee with a request to purchase a new fire truck, approximately $643,000, using the funds from their bond account. Chief of Finance Meredith Green was present to confirm the availability of the funds. Committee accepted the request to go before the full council for an approval. So it wasn't an increase in spending. It was just a request for Chief Swinton to spend money on a fire truck that he already has. And we agreed with him that that was his money to spend in his department as he saw fit. And it is the recommendation of the Finance Committee that he be allowed to do so. And when Chief Swinton's here, he can explain it later. You ought to see you out there, Chief.
Yes, sir.
So if you, I'll let you
No,
take the question.
I think we're good.
Okay.
His motion.
Is that your
That's
motion,
my motion, yes,
Councilman
sir.
Floyd? Mr. Vice Chair, that is his motion. Is there a second?
Second.
So it's been moved and properly seconded. Are we ready for questions? All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, please let the record reflect that the motion has been carried. Thank you, Chief Swinton.
Just want to thank you all.
Thank you, Chief.
All right. We have appearances. Before we begin the appearances, I do want to remind those that will be coming before us with appearances that there is a 3-minute limit on appearances, a 3-minute limit on appearances. First, we have Ms. Lithonia Bennett, Just Us CPP, concerning a charter school in Williamsburg County. Ms. Bennett.
Council members. So when I started thinking about this charter school, I presented it to the council and looking for support to fund it. Well, apparently there was no funding, so we started our own campaign and have gotten about half of the capital for the project. When I contacted recently the council supervisor's office, I was asking about an EDA
Excuse me.
partnership.
Can you talk into the mic a little bit more?
Sorry. Yeah, so I was inquiring about an EDA partnership so that we could completely fund the project. And from what I can tell, every aspect of our project qualifies for an EDA, but I did not get a reply. So I'm here today to talk about our charter school. It's an agricultural charter school that is, and it's going to be sponsored by the South Carolina Public Charter School District. But it will train our youth and our women and our families in how to grow food, farm, sustain themselves, because as we know, food sufficiency is going to be an urgent problem, and we need to know how to address that. The other arm of the charter school is a construction learning center. I spoke to the supervisor about bringing single-family housing developments to our community. One, so that we can recruit the skilled personnel to help train our youth, our families, our residents, so that we can build these homes and reinvest into our own community. I'm trying to encourage independence amongst our citizens and eliminate the reliance on third parties. But part of the process is dependent on getting the resources together to fund the project. It can't benefit anyone if we never get it off the ground. Are there any questions?
What would be the ages of, I guess, the people that attend this charter school?
Well, we imagine that we want to do K-2 through 12 and into adulthood. We want to start children young, exploring nature, exploring, planting a seed and seeing it grow. That's science for them. And getting them excited about learning. We also want to address the fact that our children are not reading ready going into third grade. We have about 60% that aren't at their correct reading level. So we want to start them early and get them exposed to reading and all that entails, but also excited about other aspects of what reading and science and math can bring to them and to their world and to their future and how it can impact them. Our ultimate goal is to create businesses. We want to create wealth. And the first step in doing that is home ownership and business ownership. And if we're not investing in our residents, then we can't expect the change that we want to see. We're relying on outside forces to come in, and we are very appreciative of the jobs, but we want to train our people to be able to be independent of that and create a legacy.
Okay.
I would like to thank Mr. Washington for the letter of support. It's been very helpful, but I do want to encourage a partnership for that EDA funding so that we could potentially get this project off the ground and successful.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ms. Bennett. Do any of the other members of council have any other questions?
I just have one question. Did you consult or got with the school district?
I have. I actually sent a letter to Dr. Wims, an email to Dr. Wims prior to him leaving, and he sent back approved, but I don't know exactly what that meant. But since then, I've reached out to Ms. Jacobs, although I understand she probably is very busy trying to settle in and figure things out, and then school is starting. I've also sent out emails to the school board, and I've talked to people that are directors of and involved in the early childhood First Steps, CERDEP. I think I can't think of the other one off the top of my head right now, and asked for their support. So I am reaching out to the community. And I wanted to be here today because one part of our charter application is showing that the community supports us. So that's going to rely on petitions. And so we are going to hopefully strategically place petitions in locations where people present so that they can sign, and then we can show, because we get funding if we can show a percentage of our community wants this project. The location will be on 521, and our thought was that we would try to draw potentially from Georgetown County as well, if they were interested in bringing that to their community. I'm noticing one interesting thing, that our youth are presenting with some behavioral problems, and I thought this would probably be an ideal opportunity for them to be distracted with something other than, their cell phones, gun violence, maybe doing some education on that, maybe doing some, just gun safety training. But I'm not sure the impact of a curfew, but I'm just trying to brainstorm options and alternatives, because that seems a little harsh for all of the kids, but, I do think that there are limits to when children should be out and about.
Anyone else with any questions? All right, thank you. We can't take questions from the audience. I'm sorry. But you'll be glad you can talk with her afterwards. All right, thank you so much, Ms. Bennett. Thank you. All right, Ms. Laretha Thomas, concerning a countywide curfew.
Hello, everybody. Good evening.
Hey.
I hope everybody has had a good, productive day. I just wanted to come here. I attended the meetings with the town hall in regards to their recently them passing a revised version of their curfew. And I made a couple of phone calls in regards to the county possibly establishing their own. I got a message back from the sheriff's department. I won't say what he told, what I was told with that. But it just doesn't really make a lot of sense if the town passes a curfew for, with the recent events and everything that's been going on. Not all of the issues have been going on solely in the town. It has been outside of the city limits. And I just don't think it's contradictory if the town has a curfew, but the county does not, because children don't only reside within the city limits of Kingstree, if that makes sense. So that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to say.
Any members of council have any questions? All right, thank you so much, Ms. Thomas. Thank you. All right, next we have Ms. Regina Pascal. Okay, I'm sorry. Founder, Friends of Carolina Animals, concerning an upcoming mobile veterinary clinic.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am.
Good evening, and thank you all for allowing me these few minutes to come and talk with you guys. My name is Regina Pascal. I am the founder and part of Friends of Carolina Animals. We're a 501c that does operate in Williamsburg County. We have one simple, impactful goal, and that is to find an animal in need and get them the resources they need to have a happy life. Recently, we've been working very closely with your team at Williamsburg County Animal Care and Control, a great group of ladies, and we have successfully transported many animals out of our county into rescues up north. For example, this Saturday, the 16th, I have a plane coming, and that plane will take a plane full of animals from Williamsburg County, Dillon County, and Georgetown County out of a homeless situation shelter and into rescues and homes and fosters in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. But tonight, I would like to shift the focus onto animals who I am trying to get out of Williamsburg County and to the animals who are actually living and are homed in Williamsburg County. We have a lot of animals who call Williamsburg County homes, but their families lack resources and the ability to take care of those animals. We are planning a community day event. It is going to be actually taking place at the shelter itself at Williamsburg County Animal Care and Control. And it's going to provide some much-needed services for the animals of our area. We're planning to have the first 100 pets to get rabies vaccinations free of charge and to be microchipped. We also plan to have vouchers for Williamsburg County animals who qualify to get either spayed, which is $125, or neutered. And these are very deep discounted procedures if you had your animal spayed or neutered from veterinarians who've offered those services at that low cost. The cost to provide those rabies vaccines will be $2,500, and the cost for the rabies vaccines would be $1,500 in total. These are vital services. Rabies vaccines may sound like not a very big deal, but I can tell you rabies is a serious disease, and it not only affects the animals in our community, but it also affects humans in our community. Preventing it protects us and the places around us and the people who live in our area. Microchips don't sound like a big deal, but it is a simple and powerful tool. An animal who is chipped and found, any veterinarian, any shelter, any rescue has a microchip scanner reader, and a Williamsburg County animal who is lost in this state will be scanned and be returned home. Not only does it protect that animal from being out and homeless for a long period of time, it will also save you money in the long run, because instead of sitting in Williamsburg County shelter being taken care of by your team and our money, it will be called, the owner will be called, that animal will be sent back to that owner. So it's a great technique to get animals back into their homes. Our goal is to raise $5,000 for this day. It will fund this day in its entirety. We have received community support so far, but I believe there's no better community partner than the county itself that we're talking about. This mobile clinic will also provide other low-cost vaccines. I've given you a list. You can look at it in your portfolio. But this will do a great benefit, not just for the animals, for the people. It will build community. It will build a positive impact for our community mentally and physically for people and animals. And I want to thank you for not only listening to me, but considering helping funding this active day. And I'd invite you all to become volunteer. I will be recruiting volunteers soon. I'd love to see all of you there. But let's not just change the lives of animals. Let's change the impact of people that have on the animals in Williamsburg County. Thank you for your time.
Does anybody have any questions for Ms. Pascal?
I just have a quick comment, Mr. Supervisor. Ms. Pascal, I was warned tonight that you were coming when I was on the way to the meeting. My wife called me. Normally she calls me to tell me something, but she called me to tell me that Ms. Pascal was coming tonight. And I would just say to my colleagues that this is a legit cause. They're not in business of trying to put local veterinarians out of business or anything like that. They're trying to help the stray animals in this community. Oftentimes when you see, or I see things, I wonder what's legit and what's not. My wife is an animal lover as well, and I think Ms. Pascal reached out to her, and I had a couple of open pens, and I agreed to let them house some animals in there, and the deal was, I said, I'm not taking care of them, I'm not feeding them. If y'all want to use my pen, we'll see. Well, I will tell you, they fed them every day, and I watched a airplane land at the Williamsburg County Airport and take those animals to
New Jersey.
New Jersey. I was thinking Pennsylvania. So anyway, it's legit. I just want to let my colleagues know that.
And I can also tell you that not 1 cent goes towards administrative costs. Every dollar you give to this project will go to that animal and will pay for this project. And I'll be glad to give you an itemized bill and tell you exactly what invoice was here. I don't get paid a dollar, neither do any of my volunteers. Everything from the flyer on the walls to everything we do is the money we get goes to these animals.
Anyone else?
I would just like to donate $300 of my discretionary money at this time, Mr. Supervisor.
Well, I'm not going to allow you to outdo me. I'm the chairman.
That's
and I've got those two young ladies that work at the animal shelter. Ladies, please stand up so everyone can see you.
And they
the
are
great
tremendous.
job that they do. They do an amazing job.
24/7.
And they were ladies that came from the animal shelter to my pens that fed. They
wow.
volunteered.
Yeah.
I believe it was Monique. I think it was Monique. Was it Monique?
Yeah.
Monique came out there. I think.
So I'm not, because I'll never hear the end of that from them.
I got you.
That, you let Councilman Floyd, the vice chairman, give 300 and you didn't give anything.
Right.
So I'm going to also give 300 for my discretionary as well.
Very much. I appreciate that. That's 3 neuters. You know what that means.
All right. Anyone else? All right. Thank you so much.
Very much. I
Thank you,
appreciate
Ms.
your
Pascal.
time.
And thank you all for everything that you do. All right. Executive session. According to Section 30-40-70. We have a discussion of a personnel matter concerning Williamsburg County Parks and Recreation Department, and so we'll be going into executive session. Is there a motion to go into executive session? So we have a motion to go into executive session. Is there a second?
Second.
So it's been moved and properly seconded. Are we ready for questions? All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we will be in executive session for a few moments. Thank you all so much.
I go down there, I'd have to leave from like Friday to Sunday. That's a long time for me to be
She one of your people?
Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much for your patience. Is there a motion to come out of executive session?
So moved.
So we have a motion to come out of executive session. Is there a second?
Second.
So it's been moved and properly seconded. Are we ready for questions? All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, please let the record reflect that we have voted to come out of executive session. There were no decisions made in executive session. There were no decisions made in executive session. Are there any reports from any of the members of county council?
Right here.
Thank you. All right, any reports from any members of county council? All right, I do have a couple. I have one report from Councilman Keels, who could not be here tonight. Councilman Keels, Glenn Keels, who represents District 4, has an information and listening session. It's going to be at St. Mary United Methodist Church, which is located at 2052 Sumter Highway, Kingstree, South Carolina. That will be this Thursday, August the 14th, at August 14th, 2025 at 6 p.m. The meeting will begin at 6 p.m. and end at 7:30 p.m. Those folks that are invited are folks from the Mount Vernon area and the Springbranch Hebron area, which would include Sumter Highway to Fernbrook Drive, Workman area, McIntosh Road, Mount Vernon Road, Empire Road, Lynchburg Road, and Addison Road. Also, Delos Road to Hebron Road, Babe Road, Twin Lakes Road to Cades Road, Burgess Road, McCutcheon Road to Delos Road, Sister Lane, Guy Road to Cades Road, Hebron Road to Cades Road, Gator Road, Calder Road, and Hurricane Road, and Cades Road to Guy Road from Seaboard Road to Highway 521. That meeting will take place this Thursday, August the 14th, 2025, from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Also, I want to announce that on August 13th, which is Wednesday, August the 13th, 2025, this Wednesday at 10 a.m. at the Williamsburg County Recovery Center, we will have a hurricane preparedness workshop. Again, this Wednesday at 10 a.m. at the Williamsburg County Recovery Center, we will have a hurricane preparedness workshop. Lunch will be provided. Please RSVP by August 11th, 2025. For more information, please contact LaTora Henderson at 843-354-9330. Again, that's LaTora Henderson at 843-354-9330. And for those of you all that are in attendance, you can see Tim Hood, who is the EMD director, sitting at the rear of the building for more information. All right, is there anything else for the good of the council? Next council meeting will be next week, Tuesday. And that date is August the 19th. Next week, Tuesday, August the 19th, will be our next council meeting beginning at 6 p.m. All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
So move, Mr.
I have a motion to adjourn. Is there a second? It's been moved and properly seconded. Are we ready for questions? All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Any opposed? Please let the record reflect that we are adjourned. Thank you all so much. God bless you all. Safe travels on your way home this evening.